So, the other day when I was flying around in the sky, I was just thinking, these wings aren't as nimble as they once were. I mean, sure, I've been flying around for only 100 years now, but I'm gonna need a replacement sometime or another. So, I thought I'd put together this little webisode to help you guys figure out what it is that a tooth fairy needs to do. Do you know what a major drawback of being a tooth fairy is? The recession. People think that I'm rich because I'm just handing out the money, but you know what? I get paid in teeth, so I'm forced to make my homely abode out of teeth. The molars, they're good and everything. Those little baby teeth, what am I supposed to do with those? This tooth fairy gig, it's not as easy as it sounds. Another really awkward thing about this job is the encounters with parents. I cannot tell you the amount of awkwardness that happens when you come face to face with a parent. I don't even know what to say. I can't even describe it. You walk in, there's a parent, and in this day and age, people are like, what is this thing walking into my child's room with wings and a tutu? Last week, I was in good old Geraldine's room. She may or may not have been sleeping, but her father walked in and may or may not have closed the door on my wing. You know what? I will take a wilted wing for the children of this world. It's okay. Okay, not to mention the identity crisis. Words cannot describe the amount of doubt that I go through every day when I wake up in my tooth bed, faced with the plight of not knowing who I am. When I fly into a child's bedroom and they look their little cute eyes into my face and say, I thought you weren't real. You know what that does to my fairy heart? No one questions big old Santa Claus because he is just big and jolly, but everyone questions the cute little fairy with the cute wings. I mean, really, to be honest, I don't really know if I'm a fairy anymore. Like, was I born with these wings or were they just glued on? I don't know. It's rough out there in a fairy world. It's a fairy eat fairy world, even though there's one of me. But during the identity crisis, I really don't know anymore. So, the other day when I was flying my little pretty wings back onto my tooth house, I was faced with the rogue reindeer. Now, people just think that the reindeer deliver your little presents and just go back to the North Pole. But really, the reindeer can't stay in the North Pole for 12 months. It just doesn't happen. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna run rogue in the skies. It is treacherous out there because I only have my little wings to depend on. I don't have Prancer Dancer in my corner, okay? I'm the only fairy out here. I was flying on home and rogue reindeer just into my little wing. Already wilted from the angry father of Geraldine last week. I am scared to fly home because what if a rogue reindeer comes and is rogue on me? That is not okay. And you know what? Sometimes the rogue reindeer gets a little friend and they are rogue reindeers. Prancer, Dancer, Rudolph heading the pack with his little shining light. There's traffic lights and then there's Rudolph's light and I don't know what light to follow and it is just a big hot mess up in the sky. So another thing about being a fairy, I mean, I love my job, don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to let the new fairy just, give him a head little fly to get the door. So, think about it. I probably visit like 500 houses a night. Yeah, I do. It's a whole big world. And sometimes they give you little baby teeth. And sometimes you just get big old molars. I stuff them in my little wing pocket. And you know what? They're pretty heavy. After these years, I have enlisted Frank, the wingologist. I visit him every other Sunday of the third month. Now Frank, the wingologist, is just like, hey, tooth fairy lady, they want me to give him some money, but I don't have money. I have teeth. Why? Where are my cookies, Santa? Where's my carrot, Mr. Bunny Rabbit? And look at Cupid. Cupid gets shot with love. No one loves a fairy with a tooth house. Who would marry a fairy? I am just so little and delicate. Who's gonna marry me? I mean, I have gotten hit by a rogue reindeer. I have gotten my wing closed on in a window. I am a damaged fairy. No one's gonna love me. I want Cupid to shoot me with a little arrow, man. No, it's just tough out there. And when I deliver my money to these little fairies. Sometimes you have little Geraldines, and you know, it's like you just give them like the little quarter and they are satisfied. I appreciate you children. Then I go to Rupert's house and it is a mansion. And you're just sitting there and you just feel all bad about yourself because you know that you have to give them money. And they expect a $5 bill on their bed. And I don't get that from my fairy godmother who gives me money from the government of fairies. I don't get it. I am not made of money, I am made of teeth. I cannot help but think of the time that I was dating Dexter. Dexter, the dentist. You wanna know how I met Dexter? I'll tell you. I got a call. I got a little beep on my wing telling me that I need to go to Dexter's house. Teeth. He wanted me to give him teeth. Then I was like, you know what, whatever. I have nothing to do with my teeth. So, you know, it started out like a tooth every other week. And then this one time, me and Dexter, we went on this date and I brought him to my tooth house and I was really excited because we were gonna have a nice date at my tooth house. And he took a sledgehammer to the tooth house. He took all of my teeth and he left me with no teeth and no house. I know you're all thinking like, so what? You go to a million houses a day and you have so many teeth to build your tooth house, but it's not that easy. From then on, I never spoke to Dexter because he took away my livelihood. And I've lost faith in dentists forever. In closing, I don't know really how to end this, but I'm just gonna wing it. So, just to all you future fairies out there, you know what? I'm just gonna tell you, just pick out a pretty wing color and get that little tutu on, and I believe in you. Yo, Bo, you only fly once! What's a wing doctor? A wingoppractor. Wingologist, that's good, a wingologist, okay. Because my credit is so bad. I'm giving all these children money. Frank, would you make an appearance in these videos?
Yes, that is. That poster's
Puns.
Yeah, I need fairy puns.
The camera up and she talked. And it was the funniest.
The weight of the teeth on my bones. The bratty little children who need like $7.
Turkey day.
Oh, that was the biggest drop of water I've ever seen.
Hey, go,
Guys, wait, sorry, re-record this.